Hey guys, today on the podcast, we've got Sam McDaniel. Sam is currently playing for the Tasmanian JackJumpers in the NBL and has also played for Melbourne United in the NBL, as well as he's made his Australian basketball debut for the Boomers. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast with Sam, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be on.
Anytime. We'd love to have you on anytime. How would your oldest friend describe you?
My oldest friend describe me. I'd probably say my oldest friend would describe me as someone who is very determined, someone who, has goals in life and does whatever they can to reach them.
Yeah, definitely. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Growing up, man, I wanted to, probably be a soccer player, I think. Growing up, I was very into soccer. Followed soccer very closely, went for Arsenal in the English Premier League. Grew up pretty much wanting to play soccer. So that was my dream until about 14 when I started playing basketball.
Yeah, nice. What are you most proud of in your life or career so far?
Most proud of definitely my son. I've got a 15-month-old son at the moment, and having a child has been very life-changing for the better for me, just super proud seeing him slowly grow up, seeing the changes in him every day, and seeing him develop a little bit of a personality is really cool, and really excited for what the future holds for him.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be amazing. How do you handle hard times, like getting injured or not getting picked in a team you want to get picked in?
It's a good question, man. I think for me, it's to not take, failure or being rejected. It's very easy to take those feelings that you have and internalize them and think to yourself, oh, well, I'm just not good enough. And maybe you might blame someone else for why you didn't make it or why you weren't good enough. But I think it's important to look at ways that you can improve yourself, and make it so next time an opportunity comes, you're fully prepared and you give yourself the best opportunity to make that team or make the most of that opportunity.
Yeah, nice. Great advice. What's it been like playing in the NBL?
It's been great, man. I think, ever since I've gotten into the NBL, I started my first season with Melbourne United as a development player. And ever since then, the league has just been getting better and better. And it's a pleasure and an honor to play against such, great players every night. It's a lot of fun, great lifestyle. I get to stay in Australia, obviously, and be around my family. So it's definitely a win-win for me, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, nice. Then what's it been like this year with the JackJumpers?
Yeah, it's been incredible, man. It's been a great experience. Being part of that first season of a team is something pretty special. And we had a great group of guys, great coaching staff, great players, great fans. So all across the board, it was just a great experience. One that I would cherish forever, that first season. And I'm definitely looking forward to what the next couple of seasons hold for us down in Tassie.
Yeah, definitely. What was it like playing in the finals this year?
Yeah, it was very exciting. There was a lot of anticipation, obviously, when we beat Melbourne in the semis, and then we kind of had a few days to prepare. I think it was cool being one of the more experienced in terms of playing finals, being one of the more experienced players on the team, and just having been there before, being able to offer a little bit of advice or just be ready for the moment. I think the whole team just enjoyed the experience. Even though we lost all 3 games, I think that we learned, and we will be better for that experience next time it comes around.
Yeah, definitely. Then what was it like playing with Melbourne those first few years that you've played in the NBL?
Yeah, it was great, man. I really enjoyed my time in Melbourne. Yeah, they were the first ones to sort of give me a chance after college at playing in the NBL, and yeah, I will always credit them for that. And the coach I played for, Dean Vickerman, who's obviously still there now, is just a great coach, and he's a great guy, and it was easy to play for, and it was easy to get better under. And then on top, I had a lot of veteran players around me, helping me every day and showing me the way and showing me what it was to kind of be a pro. So I think Melbourne was the perfect place for me to start my career and adjust to life as a professional.
Yeah, nice, definitely. What was it like in college?
College was a bit of a different story for me. It was I played 2 years in a junior college called Southeast Community College in Iowa, and those were tough days for me, man. To be honest, it was tough for me. That was my first time being away from home for an extended period of time, and coming to Iowa, I didn't really know what to expect, but it was very cold. It was a very small city, and obviously I didn't know anyone, and so yeah, it was kind of for me a time where I really could lean on basketball, with the gym a lot, and just using basketball as kind of an outlet to get away from I guess the loneliness of being by myself. I felt like at the time, and then I played 2 years in Louisiana at a Division I school, Louisiana Monroe, which was better. There was a few Aussies on my team, which made it better for me. And the weather was better. It wasn't snowing so much, and there was a little bit more to do. So those 2 years were a little bit funner for me as well off the court. But yeah, all the while just still staying in the gym every day and trying to get better. And yeah, here we are now.
Yeah, nice, definitely. What's it been like playing for the Boomers?
Yeah, we haven't played a game yet, but just a few days of practice so far. It's been really cool. I've just kind of been soaking up as much information as I can. Obviously there's great players all around and great coaches all around, and so this being my first time, I'm trying to do my thing. Trying to play as good a defense as I can and that sort of thing. But at the same time, just soaking in all the information and learning from these very experienced players and coaches.
Yeah, nice, definitely. How does that system differ to the NBL system?
Yeah, well, I guess it's you have a lot less time to prepare for games. I think we'll have five or so days on court practicing together as a team before we play our first game, which is obviously in the NBL you get weeks and weeks to prepare in the preseason. So you kind of have to pick things up quickly, have to make adjustments quickly, and have to kind of mesh as a team as quick as possible. And so yeah, just a lot of learning going on really at the moment. And yeah, I'd say that's probably the biggest difference from the NBL. And yeah, I think also just another step up in physicality as well. The coaches talked a lot about how physical the international game is, and so far at practice, I feel like it's definitely gone up a notch. So that's also another difference.
Yeah, nice. Have you always been a guard?
That's a great question, and no, I haven't. Well, I mean, when I first started playing basketball, I was pretty tall back then as well when I was 14. And I was kind of just stronger than everyone. And so I would use my body and do whatever I could to just get layups all the time, and didn't really know how to dribble the ball that well. Wasn't a great shooter. And yeah, as time progressed and I didn't grow too much more, I was always kind of around like 6'4", 6'5". It got to the point where I was 16, 17, and I one of my mentors in Adelaide, Rashad Tucker, he kind of just told me that I needed to start working on, more ball handling. And so I dedicated a lot of time into just working on that and trying to be a bit more of a perimeter player and working on my defense to be able to guard perimeter players as well. And yeah, here we are now, but I wouldn't say I've always been a guard, no.
Yeah, nice. was your path to professional basketball?
My path was so I grew up, was born in Hobart. Wasn't in Hobart very long. Then I moved to Adelaide. I grew up in Adelaide for 18 years, and then went to, like I was talking about before, went to those two colleges. When I got back from college, I played NBL 1. I think it was Siebel back then in 2018. Still played for Mount Gambier for a season, and got picked up from Melbourne from Mount Gambier, and then played my first year as a DP. Played the next 2 seasons as a contracted player, and then after we won the championship 2 years ago, I picked up the offer from the JackJumpers, and here we are about to start year 2. So very exciting, and I'm humbled and grateful to have had, even just these 4 years in the NBL so far.
Yeah, nice. What are your goals for the next couple of years?
My goals are just, I want to win. I've always prided myself on winning, and we had a crack at it last year, obviously last season, and I won with Melbourne the last season before that, and so I've kind of got a little bit of a taste for it. And I just love competing, love winning, and so that's definitely a goal. And then individually, I just want to continue to try and improve in all areas, really, just as a leader, whether it be talking on and off the court, or my defense as well can still get better, and then offensively, just being confident and shooting and doing the things I know I can do, just working on that and putting it into a game setting.
Yeah, nice. Who's the worst teammate to room with through your career, and why?
The worst teammate to room with, to be honest, man, I can't name one bad roommate that I've had. I'm trying to think who my roommates were last season, because there was a few of them. Jared Weeks was my main roommate last season, and he was great. He's a great guy, and so I don't have anything bad to say about Weeksy, unfortunately. And all of my roommates along the way have kind of just been really respectful and great guys, so I don't really have any bad stories about roommates.
Yeah, nice. What's the best word to describe you right now?
To describe me right now, I would probably say happy. I would say grateful. I would definitely say grateful. I just feel like, all areas of my life, I'm just, so blessed and grateful in, whether it be family off the court. Like I said earlier, I've got a 15-month-old son who I get to go home to every day and just enjoy being a father. And then, get to obviously play basketball for a living. So, at a point in my life right now where I'm just very happy and very grateful.
Yeah, nice. What advice would you give a 14-year-old today?
Just about life, or about trying to play basketball, or
whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, right. I'd probably I'd tell them to enjoy it enjoy life while they're young. You get old fast. I remember when I was 14, running around kicking the soccer ball, no worries, no bills, no nothing like that. And you kind of always can't wait for school to finish, but then real life starts, and you got more responsibility. So just enjoying being young while you are young, and then I would probably just say finding a passion, whatever that may be, whatever you enjoy doing, strive to be good in that area, to be great in that area, work on it if it's something that you're passionate about, and hopefully maybe it might translate into a career after school.
Yeah, definitely. Great advice. Thanks for coming on the podcast today.
Hey, no worries, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. I hope you guys like and subscribe on YouTube, or follow on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast, and I'll see you in the next one.